Today we dive into some of the most harrowing and unforgettable stories of bear encounters. These powerful and awe-inspiring creatures remind us that nature is both beautiful and dangerous. Let's explore some of these gripping tales, but be warned, they are not for the faint of heart. Story 1. The Chirayal Te Aroa. On a sunny summer day in 2018, a group of 7 hikers, ranging in age from early 20s to mid-50s, embarked on a journey into the heart of bear country. They planned to spend the day exploring the beautiful mountain trails in a renowned national park, taking in the breathtaking views and challenging themselves on the steep inclines. The group was led by their experienced guide Tom, who had been navigating these trails for over a decade. As they trekked higher into the mountains, the hikers were captivated by the stunning landscape and the sense of camaraderie that emerged among them. As the group rounded a bend in the trail, they noticed a large patch of overturned rocks and uprooted vegetation. Tom explained that this was evidence of a foraging grizzly bear. He reminded the group to remain vigilant and to stay together, as bears were known to inhabit the area. Suddenly, they heard a loud rustling in the nearby bushes, followed by an unmistakable roar. The hikers froze in terror as an enormous, enraged grizzly bear emerged onto the trail, just meters away from them. Tom shouted for the group to scatter and find shelter, hoping to minimize the chance of an attack. The hikers, in a state of panic, ran in different directions, but one unlucky hiker, Sarah, found herself cornered by the bear. With no option but to climb a tree, she hoped the bear would lose interest and move on. Instead, the bear reared up on its hind legs and began to swipe at her, relentlessly pursuing its prey. As Sarah clung to the tree, her heart pounding, she realized she had a small canister of bear spray in her backpack. She managed to retrieve it, all the while praying that the bear wouldn't knock her from her precarious perch. As the bear climbed closer, she took a deep breath and unleashed a blast of the powerful repellent into the bear's face. The bear, momentarily disoriented by the spray, retreated back down the tree and lumbered away into the woods, allowing Sarah to climb down to safety. Tom and the rest of the group, who had been watching from a distance, rushed to her aid. Miraculously, she had escaped the encounter with only a few scrapes and bruises. Story 2. The Fisherman's Nightmare. In the vast Alaskan wilderness, a seasoned fisherman set out to reel in a big catch from a remote river. He was experienced in the outdoors and had encountered bears on previous trips, but nothing could have prepared him for what he would experience on this fateful day. As he stood waist-deep in the frigid waters, he noticed a movement in his peripheral vision. A colossal brown bear had appeared on the riverbank, eyeing the fisherman's catch. The bear began to approach, determined to claim the spoils. The fisherman, in a desperate attempt to avoid a confrontation, threw his fish back into the river, hoping the bear would lose interest. However, the bear continued its advance. In a heart-stopping moment, the bear lunged at the fisherman, who narrowly evaded the attack by diving into the river. He swam to the opposite bank and scrambled up the steep embankment, escaping the bear's pursuit. Despite the harrowing ordeal, the fisherman lived to tell the tale of his terrifying encounter with one of nature's most fearsome predators. Story 3. The Campsite Nightmare. A family of 4 embarked on a weekend camping trip, eager to connect with nature and enjoy the great outdoors. They set up camp in a picturesque meadow, surrounded by a dense forest. As night fell, they gathered around the campfire to roast marshmallows and share stories. Unbeknownst to them, a black bear had caught wind of the enticing aroma of their dinner and was drawn to the campsite. As the family settled into their tents for the night, the bear silently approached, searching for an easy meal. The father, awakened by the sound of rustling, stepped out of the tent to investigate. He found himself face to face with the enormous black bear, its eyes fixed on him. In a split second, he made the life-saving decision to make himself appear larger and shout loudly, startling the bear and causing it to flee. The family's camping trip had taken a horrifying turn, but thanks to the father's quick thinking, they escaped unharmed. The experience served as a stark reminder that the wilderness is the domain of these powerful creatures, and caution must always be exercised when venturing into their territory. Story 4. The Joe Gerstilos KL. In a small mountain town, a young woman decided to take advantage of the beautiful day and go for a jog on a scenic trail. As she ran, she listened to music through her headphones, completely immersed in her workout. Unfortunately, this meant she was oblivious to the potential dangers lurking nearby. As she rounded a corner, she found herself just meters away from a massive grizzly bear, which was foraging for food in the bushes. Startled by her sudden appearance, the bear reared up on its hind legs, towering over the terrified jogger. With her heart pounding, the young woman recalled advice she had once heard about dealing with bear encounters. Fighting the urge to run, she slowly began to back away while avoiding direct eye contact. Miraculously, the bear seemed to lose interest in her and returned to its foraging. The jogger cautiously retreated, grateful to have escaped the terrifying encounter unscathed. Story 5. The photographer's dangerous encounter. An experienced wildlife photographer set out to capture images of bears in their natural habitat. Armed with his camera and a passion for nature, he ventured deep into the wilderness, hoping to document these magnificent creatures up close. One day, as he was tracking a group of brown bears, he noticed a mother and her cubs playing near a stream. Captivated by the intimate scene, the photographer focused on capturing the perfect shot, unaware that he was moving too close for comfort. Suddenly, the mother bear caught sight of the intruder and charged towards him, fiercely protective of her cubs. The photographer, realizing his grave mistake, dropped his camera and began to back away slowly, attempting to demonstrate that he was not a threat. The mother bear continued to advance, and the photographer made the difficult decision to use his bear spray, a last resort in such encounters. The spray successfully deterred the bear, giving the photographer the opportunity to make a hasty retreat. Though shaken, he was grateful to have survived the encounter and learned a valuable lesson about respecting the boundaries of these powerful animals. As we conclude our journey through these gripping and heart-stopping stories of bear encounters, we are left with a profound sense of awe and respect for these incredible creatures. These tales serve as a testament to the raw power and unpredictability of bears, reminding us that nature is both beautiful and dangerous. As we venture into the great outdoors, we must always be mindful of our surroundings and the wild animals that inhabit them. By exercising caution and respecting the boundaries of these majestic creatures, we can coexist peacefully and appreciate the wonders that nature has to offer. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling adventure. We hope these stories have both captivated and educated you, shedding light on the importance of understanding and respecting the wild world that surrounds us. Stay safe and remember to always tread lightly in the domain of these powerful predators.